WorkitBird Sessions, coming to you from WorkitBird Studios in Longmont, Colorado. Our show is dedicated to promote the talented musicians of Colorado and introduce them to our audience. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel below, watch any of the most recent past episodes. You can like us on Facebook. You should like us on Facebook, Instagram, and I do tweet now and then, so you'll see me there. My name is Christopher Wright, and I'm your host. Our videographer today is Jesse Albanese from Wild Acorns Media. Large thanks to you, sir. Also, Coop Studios is doing a 30% discount on recording sessions, anywhere from recording an EP to a full-length album, for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Just email info@coopstudios.com. Today we have Clay Rose from Gasoline Lollipops with us today in the studio.
How you doing, Christopher? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. I know you just got back from a big tour in Europe. So.
It's all been a blur.
Yeah. I'm sure. So tell me a little bit about yourself, what your band, real quick, and kind of launch into...
Well, we're Boulder-based. Been together in this incarnation for 6 years or so.
Okay.
We just finished up a trilogy of EPs in, when was that? February. This last February. It was Dawn, Death, and Resurrection.
Gotcha.
And then we got right back in the studio and recorded a full-length LP entitled Soul Mine, which we were just touring in Europe. And we'll be releasing on the 16th at the Fox Theater. First vinyl release ever for the Gasoline Lollipops.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear some music here.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
jump right in.
Yeah, here's a very strange solo version of one of our most rocking songs off this new album. It might lose a little in translation. This is called Child of God.
Child of God. Gasoline Lollipops.
Ever since I got up today, I've been wanting to go to bed. Seems like ever since I was born, I've been wishing I was dead. Oh, I need brotherly love just like a bullet in my head. I wish everyone would get away from me, cause I'm starting to see red.
I said, being a child of God don't please me like it should. Giving my gift of free will don't free me like they said it would. You know, a deal with the devil is starting to sound good.
Well, I was born into a race who survived by being mean. The empire they built was a mindless, money-grubbing, moron sweat dream. And if I stay, it's gonna kill me. I don't have the strength to leave. I guess for air that can't be spared, the apocalypse needs to breathe.
I said, being a child of God don't please me like it should. Giving my gift of free will don't free me like they said it would. Deal with the devil is starting to sound good.
Down to the crossroads like Robert Johnson of old. That's where you go to deal with the devil, or at least that's what I've been told. But all I saw was storm clouds, and all I felt was cold. And all I heard was a belly laugh from heaven as the thunder rolled.
He said, being a child of God, it don't please you like it should. Giving my gift of free will, it don't free you like they said it would. A deal with the devil is starting to sound good. You know, a deal with the devil is starting to sound good. You know, a deal with the devil sounds good.
Bada boom.
Thank you.
Very nice. It's Deal with the devil sounds good.
It's
Sometimes it does.
It's a nihilistic anthem. That one.
Absolutely. Well, let's jump into one more
All right,
and then talk a little bit about you.
This is a ballad. This is a sad bastard ballad off
Cool.
of side B. Yeah, so the album is set up, vinyl is set up, side A is all rockers, side B is all ballads.
Sweet.
And if you're listening on CD, it won't make any sense at all. You just fall off a cliff halfway through
Nice.
the album. This is called Burns.
Remember back when you were just a little kid, scared of the dark, laying in your crib waiting for mama to turn on the light, but she never did. Remember back when you would watch those stars, they seemed so bright, they seemed so far, but you knew one day they'd be falling around you, and so today they are. And because the world turns, just like the sea churns, just like the sun burns, just like we all fall in turn, just like the world turns, like the world turns, and it burns, and it burns, and it burns, and it burns, and it burns. I fell into the bar door, they brought me back again, so I don't believe in no happy endings, no, I don't believe I wanna do this again. Well, remember back when you were just a little kid, you said you'd never fall in love, and you did. Now you're holding your broken heart in your hands, remembering what mama said. She said the world turns, just like the sea churns, just like the sun burns, just like we all break in turn, just like the world turns, just like the world turns, and it burns, 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 just like the sea churns. So we all break in turn. I fell into the bar door, they brought me back again, so I don't believe in no happy endings, no, I don't believe I wanna do this again.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. Nice ballad.
Thanks.
Yeah. So you're from Boulder. You guys been together since 2012, did I read?
Thereabouts.
Thereabouts?
It's gray.
Gray area?
Yeah, the name has been attached to the band since 2000. 6, I believe. But it was a very different band back then. All the members have changed except for me, and the sound has completely changed and everything. So
What was it like then as compared to now?
it started out as a pretty hardcore cowpunk band. So I was playing electric guitar, and when we first started, it was just a duo. It was me and drums. It was like a punk rock drummer and me on electric guitar, and we're playing like cowboy songs, like sped up to 10, turned up to 10, and I had a big old mohawk, and
Yeah.
it was my younger days.
Gotcha. Around Boulder?
Yeah, Boulder and Denver.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I also read that so that you're considered like an alt country band that here I'll read what I have here.
Okay.
You are considered an alt country band that combines the sincerity of dirt floor folk with the rebelliousness of punk. How do you feel? Do you feel like that
I feel like
encompasses
that was written like 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
And I really feel like to stay up to date with our band, you gotta be reading something that was written 3 weeks ago. Because
Gotcha.
we change quickly. We don't stay in one place for too long.
I like that. I like that.
It makes it difficult to push career forward sometimes, you know, because
Well, it
people
keeps
are
people
listening.
on their toes. I mean, you know,
It does keep people on their toes.
constantly, you know, the fan base kind of grows, you know, as you
Yeah.
change your.
Maybe you lose a few, but we're always gaining more. So
Yeah, absolutely. So how would you describe your style within the last 3 weeks? I guess you probably changed it. We'll get to this, but you just got back from a European tour. I'm sure that has somewhat changed a little bit.
yeah, I mean, they're definitely a listening audience over there. And even though English is not their first language, people are really listening for the lyric over there, which is
Interesting.
secondary at best in the States, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, first is like, can I shake my ass to it?
Right.
And second is, or third or fourth or probably like 10th is what's this guy saying? You know?
Right. Right.
So, and personally for me, that's the whole reason why I got into this in the first place was for the lyric. The person that inspired me to write was Leonard Cohen, and his lyrics they're poetry. You know?
Absolutely.
And
It's a good idol,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, he's one of the only idols I've had that didn't disappoint me at some point. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't like show his true colors. I'm like, oh, this guy's actually a scumbag that sucks. Because
Right.
mostly, I mean, we're talking about rock and roll or whatever. you know,
Absolutely. It goes downhill.
popular
It can go
music.
downhill
Yeah,
at any
that's
point.
not a good place to look for heroes.
Right.
But yeah, he stayed true. And his lyrics are what touched me when I was very young and confused and depressed. And he helped me to feel like I wasn't alone in that, you know. So that's my mission. And it turns out, you know, they say if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because I wanted to touch the introverted, downtrodden, isolated, and I tend to touch more of the people that are coming out to the clubs and wanting to dance, but so be it. That's the irony, you know.
Everybody's looking for something, right?
Yeah, our thing is definitely danceable. You know, it's got a good beat, no matter what we're playing. But I would say in the last 3 weeks, something a little bit more brooding and introspective than the rebelliousness of punk rock.
Gotcha.
Although we haven't lost that completely.
Good. That needs to stick around, I think.
Yeah.
It shouldn't go anywhere. What's your instrumentation?
That also changes quite a bit, but
Okay.
right now our instrumentation is mainly Telecaster, fiddle, drums, upright bass, me on rhythm, and then female backup vocal.
Nice.
Yeah.
So 6.
Yes.
Did you tour? Did you go to Europe with 6?
There was a period of time in Europe where we had all 6.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So somebody joined.
Yeah. So they
People joined.
people
came
passed
in.
the baton.
Gotcha.
So they didn't have to suffer the whole thing. Just me in the rhythm section.
Nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound. You know, I've done a little bit of touring myself, and I understand the grind of it. You know,
Yeah.
but like touring in Europe seems like every musician's kind of dream kind of thing.
It was definitely on my bucket list
Yeah,
for,
cool.
for a good, you know, couple decades there. So
Nice.
it was good to finally get over there. And there was something about the most magical moment for me really was like seeing the Eiffel Tower. And there it is, and I've seen a million postcards, I've seen a million movies,
Yeah.
and there I am. I'm actually standing underneath it, and that was like that was very weird. It was like stepping through the looking glass.
Absolutely, yeah. You can see a million pictures, but when you're like standing right in front of it, it's a different ball game.
And just all the architecture and the fact that you roll into a town and here, if it says, Boulder established 1805 or something, you're like, oh wow, that's a pretty old town.
Old, yeah.
And over there, it's like Antwerp established like 100 BC.
Right.
Like, wow.
They've been around for a while.
Yeah.
So you said that you would put out a trilogy.
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah. Well, the last one came out this year. So
Soul Mine came out. This is the one you're.
Soul Mine is a whole new organism outside of the trilogy.
Gotcha.
Resurrection was what came out in February, and it was the final chapter of the trilogy.
Gotcha.
That we had been working on for years. It was crazy. It took us like 5 years to put out 3 EPs, and then it took us 1 year to put out 2 LPs.
Interesting. So. Yeah. So Resurrection. You did a lot of promotion for that in Europe while you were there, and before that?
For Soul Mine, yeah, we were touring Soul Mine, yeah, over in Europe. So yeah, we did some radio spots, a TV show, and a whole lot of gigging.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds great. So and then you're gonna be putting out vinyl.
Yeah, it's our first vinyl. Hopefully, I got an email yesterday saying that it's in the mail. So it's like down to the wire.
In the mail, and Saturday's the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep. So just some background, a little bit more background. How did Gasoline Lollipops? How did that come about? Like, how the name? How did you just?
Well, like I said, it came about as a punk rock duo, and it was mainly in response. That was all the punk rock rebelliousness. That's all it was, and it was because I had moved out here from Nashville, where I'd been living for the last 10 years before that. And Nashville was having a really great underground punk rock psychobilly scene, and I was very entrenched in it. I loved it, and I came out here, and it was like I got my choice between bluegrass or jam bands, and that's what I could go see, and I was very disappointed. So I started this band thinking that it was more gonna be annoying than successful to the locals, right?
Right, yeah.
And it was, I mean, like I said, that incarnation of the band started in 2006, so it's been 11 years now, and we're finally gaining traction.
Where's the name?
The name came from an LSD trip that I had.
Oh yeah.
In high school before I even played music, and it was one of those like we're sitting around tripping, everybody's throwing out band names, that game.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's
and that name
fun.
got thrown out, and I was like, that is the
Gotta have
perfect. Like I'm gonna learn how to play music so that I can start that band.
That's awesome. I was also looking on your website. You've had some pretty prestigious accolades around Colorado.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens. I really don't.
I mean, you're up there. You're busy playing music. Everybody's like, dude, like it.
Yeah.
I guess. So what did I read? So you were voted best musician / group in the Colorado Daily for the Colorado University 2014, 15, and 17. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had no idea college kids liked us.
Why not? I think you would fit in pretty good there.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Kind of like
I feel out of touch these days.
Yeah.
These crazy kids.
dark
What are they
kids.
into? Dubstep. What?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't even know if dubstep is cool anymore. That's the last modern term I learned.
I think I'm pretty sure it's not.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And you guys played South by Southwest?
Yeah, we did that a couple years. The last time we played there was the year that the car drove through the crowd.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So. And it was so insane anyways leading up to that. It was like Mardi Gras. It's turned into Mardi Gras,
Right.
But now with people barreling through traffic and whatnot, I don't need it.
Don't need it.
No, I don't need it. I love playing Austin, and
Right.
I'll always go back and play Austin because that town's awesome. But during South by, it's just
It's nuts, huh?
Yeah.
No kidding. I also saw that you have this Kickstarter. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, it's all closed out.
Oh,
but
it's
I
all
do-
closed
yeah,
out.
But I do want to say a big thank you to all our fans because they hit the goal in like 3 days.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that's why we're having a vinyl release now.
That's
because
awesome.
Our fans helped us pay for it. So
That's the way to go.
yeah,
How much were you looking to raise?
10 grand.
10 G's. That's I feel like that's a good amount for
If you're doing vinyl and CD, that's pretty much like the bare minimum of what you know. Like studio time, engineer, mixing, mastering, and then just the duplication of the 2 different media forms. And you have to master it different for CD than you would do for vinyl.
Absolutely.
So you're getting charged.
Where
twice
did
there.
you Where did you record?
We recorded. We were thrifty, and we recorded at my guitar player Don Ambory's studio. It's called Hive Studios up in Boulder, near Chautauqua Hill there.
Nice.
And we had an engineer lined up, and he fell through last minute. So we had a buddy of ours kind of help out, but it mainly fell on me to engineer the album, and I had never done that before. I mean, I'd sat behind an engineer on many albums.
Sure.
So I've been watching their hands and seeing what they're doing, but
you know what you want it to sound like.
Yeah.
And
I knew kind of what buttons to press.
Right.
And I knew how to place mics. So we just, we pretty much did it ourselves.
How long did it take you to record this last album?
I think it was like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty dedicated 3 months?
Oh,
or
yeah. I was living in the studio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's fun, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
Fun and
but it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
too,
it's nerve-wracking for sure.
Especially I think we booked the CD release before we even started recording. So like.
Okay, so there's a deadline right there.
There was a deadline, and rent was due, and I wasn't, I didn't have a job. I quit my job to do this. And
do you guys all do this full time?
Most of us, yeah. Our drummer still has a day job.
Gotcha.
But the rest of us are.
Is that Adam?
Yeah.
Adam Perry?
Yeah.
I was corresponding with him, and he was great about. I mean, I just hit him up on Facebook, and literally, like maybe 2 minutes later, he's like,
he's on top of it, man. He does all of our PR.
That's cool.
And he works full time. And he's a machine.
He's dedicated to the project.
And, yeah, I mean, once he got on board and got in the band, we just started climbing like quickly.
That's cool.
And it's mainly because all the work he's doing, and he just gives me my homework, and I do what he tells me.
Hey,
to do.
that's that's great. So the new you have a show coming up on Saturday. Let's talk about the Fox.
Yeah, we're doing the Fox Theater on a Saturday night, so that'll be a first for us. When we released Resurrection, we did it on a Tuesday, and we were 30 tickets short of sold out.
Oh.
So our goal is to sell it out on a Saturday. And Fox Feather will be supporting, as well as Bella Duro. And the Farmer Sisters.
Cool.
Yeah.
So 3 bands. And what?
3 bands and a duo.
3 bands and a duo. All right.
Yeah.
And what time do you guys start?
We start at 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome. Just real quick, any touring plans for 2018?
Yeah, well, we're gonna do a quick jaunt up to Alaska. We got into a festival up there, and then we're gonna go back to Europe. I believe we got into a festival in Belgium, so we're gonna build another little tour. We're hoping to get up to Scotland and the UK because we got invited to a couple of festivals up there as well. So that'll be like June, July. And then we're doing our 2nd annual Belize trip in January.
That's what I wanted to talk about too.
Like a month.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's...
What happens in Belize?
In Belize, we go down to San Pedro, and it's like on a little island off the coast. And we hang out on the beach. We play 3 nights in a row on the beach. At the dive bar there. It's called the dive bar because there's a dive shop attached to it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Clever.
And they put us up and they feed us and they take us snorkeling and
seems awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so like a vacation, right?
Yeah, my new motto is you don't have to be rich to live rich. Just do what you love and hopefully like people recognize and because we don't have hardly 2 pennies to rub together, me and my wife, but we go to Belize every year. I don't know how that's possible.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So I think we have one more room for one more song?
All right, room
Time
for
for
one
one more.
more. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna play this song written by a good friend of mine, Robert Lewis Cole. He lives in Denver, and he's like I like to say he's a street fighting gutter punk that rides the rails, and all that's more true than he would like it to be.
Yeah.
It's called Mustangs.
Well, I got roughed up by them Mustangs down in Memphis, Tennessee, where the river runs dry and the women all living off of Oxycontin dreams. Well, I said, maybe, baby, it's just me, but there's a problem down by the stream. I'm going down to the river just to wash myself clean. I'm going down the banks of Galilee. Well, I struck out of luck in Washington with a gun against my throat. Oh, I said maybe she's a poet, but it's a murder that she wrote. Well, she left me with a $5 bill, when a rabbit skin overcoat. I'm going down in the pines, in the pines. Let it shine on down, gonna let it shine. I bought some $10 boots in Houston from a speed freak named Suzanne. Well, she was jumping up into the chimney, coming back down in a frying pan. Well, I said, maybe, baby, you should lay off on that tinfoil and the match. Well, clean up all that garbage you got laying out round back. Oh, I'm going down East Colfax for bagging some gin. Going down to see what kind of shape I'm in. Well, I got robbed by a federal policeman down in southern Mexico. Now he thought I was drunk, but I was just on a mescaline roll. Now if you can't find the truth that I buried deep in this song, you can go down to the river just to prove me wrong. You can go down the river just to prove me wrong.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool. I feel like I've heard that song before.
Maybe so.
Have I?
Well, we play it a lot. It's on our new record, and Robert Lewis Cole has it on a live record that he recorded.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. The East Colfax, that line kind of
Oh,
resonated.
that line I actually wrote myself.
Oh, you
That's
did?
the only
All right.
line in the song that I changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking something else. Well, great, man. Thank you so much.
Cool.
That's a perfect way to end the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
You bet. I'd like to thank Clay Rose from Gasoline Lollipops. Go check them out Saturday night, the 16th at the Fox. Doors open
7:30.
7:30. These guys go on at 10:30. 10. Just get there at 10.
Yeah, get there.
Yeah.
Get there early. All the
Get
talent's
there.
good.
Exactly. I'd like to thank Jesse Albanese from Wild Acorns Media for shooting video today. Also, musicians if you want to record an EP or full-length album, 30% off at Coop Studios. Just email info@coopstudios.com. Also, for information to purchase merchandise for you guys, go to gasolinelollipops.com.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll put all that information on the YouTube channel and the link for this episode. Lastly, I'd like to thank Jim Krasaniak and Eric Singer for all their help producing and editing these videos as well. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And any last shout-outs you'd like to shout out? Plugs?
Gasoline Lollipops love you. Screw the man.
Very cool. Once again, it's truly a pleasure. Thanks for taking time out.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Have a great day and happy holidays. The end.